Hi everyone, in this video session I would like to discuss the topic of basic computer organization and design. In this video session I would like to discuss the only the introduction part of basic computer organization and design. Coming to the introduction part, what are instruction codes? An instruction code is a group of bits that instruct the computer to perform a specific operation. To perform a specific operation, we require these instruction codes. And coming to the opcode, the operation code of an instruction is a group of bits that defines the operations such as addition, subtraction, shift, complement, etc. This comes under opcode. Here this is the opcode, which is if we consider 0 to 15 bit 16 bit register, here up to 12 bits it consists of address, whereas remaining 4 bits consists of opcode. This opcode is used to define the operations such as addition, subtraction, shift, complement, etc. And number of bits for opcode for an instruction depends on number of operations available in the computer. So here this number of bits of the opcode depends on the number of operations. So when the number of operations are more, means so the number of bits of the opcode will be more. And opcode consists of n bits for 2 power n operations. When there are 2 power n operations, so opcode consists of n bits. So if we consider 2 power 4 operations, means that that is 16 operations, so it consists of 4 bits of opcode. Next, coming to the program. What is a program? A program is a set of instructions that specify the operations, operands, and the sequence by which processing has to occur. Once again I am repeating, a program is a set of instructions. Here, what is a program? A program is a set of instructions that specify the operations or opcodes. So it specifies the either addition operation, subtraction operation, or shift operation. So a program specifies the instruction, and it also specifies the which operations to be performed by the computer, which is given by the user. Next, coming to the AC, which is accumulator. It accumulates the data fetched from the memory. When I am discussing the common bus, I will tell about the accumulator. And what is a computer instruction? A computer instruction is of the form of binary code and which specifies the sequence of instructions. Here the computer instruction is nothing but it is a type of binary code which specifies the sequence of instructions. Here in this first step, how the instruction is stored, I said. And coming to the second step, computer reads from the memory and place it in the control register. So when an instruction is given by the user, so how that instruction is fetched? So computer reads that instruction from that memory, which is in the form of binary code, and place it in the control register. In the control register, this binary code is placed. Coming to the next one, which is third step, control unit translates. Here that control unit translates the binary code and execute by issuing the micro operations. The micro operations means addition micro operation, subtraction micro operation, shift micro operation, logical micro operation. So here the control unit translates the binary code and execute by issuing the micro operations. This micro operations must be either addition, subtraction, shift, or logical micro operation. So control unit main task is to translate the binary code to the programming language where the program is get executed. Here there is a small hardware implementation. Here the stored program organization. In the stored program organization, the memory consists of 4096 words. So and it 4096 words, which consists of 16 bits. So 4096 into 16 bits of data can be stored in the memory. So here the memory is subdivided into two parts, which consists of instructions and the operands. So instruction is of the binary code format, and here the instruction is divided into two parts, and the instruction is stored in this way, which consists of 4 bits of opcode and the address. So here the address specifies the location of the opcode, and the opcode transfers the data to the operand. Here the operand executes the instruction which is given by the user, and the operand executes the gets the data from the opcode and transfer the data to the accumulator. Here the accumulator stores the result and gives the result to the user. Here, and when we take a 16-bit instruction code, and we will have a 16-bit binary operand. So when we take a 32-bit instruction format, then we need a 32-bit operand. I think so you understood about the various type of instructions and how they are fetched inside the computer. Next, coming to the instruction codes. How these instruction codes are classified? It is classified to two types. One is direct address. The direct address, the address field contains the effective address of the operand. So I will show the pin diagram after the explanation of the definition. I will show the pin diagram where you will understand it very easily, and I will explain this example also. And here the direct address field contains the effective address of the operand. In the previous session, the here the operand, here this operand must be either direct or indirect. So this the operand should be either direct and or indirect was specified by instruction codes. So coming to the indirect address, the address field contains the reference of the effective address of the operand. So here the address field contains the reference, only the reference of the effective address of the operand. So this operand is present in this in this address location, and this address location is specified by another address. Okay, here there will be two different address. One address stores the reference and other address stores the operand value. Coming to the hardware implementation, direct and indirect addressing. So let's discuss about direct addressing. So when the I bit, here I bit is 0. When the I bit is 0, it specifies that it is a direct address. So when the here I bit value is 0 and opcode is add operation and address 457 is the address. So in this address location the operand is located. So this operand is fetched into the accumulator, and accumulator stores the result again into it. So again I am repeating here, when the I bit value is 0, it shows that the address of the instruction code is direct address, and so here the address shows the operand value. So at the 457 address there is an operand. So at that location the operand is fetched and the data is transferred to the accumulator, and the accumulator stores the result in it and gives the output to the user. So I think so you understood about direct address. Now let us discuss about indirect address. So when the I bit value is 1 and opcode is here add operation, and this is the address which shows the reference. So the reference of the address is 300. So here the reference address is 300 and the operand address is 1350. So we have to go to 1350 address location, and at this 1350 address location we consist of this operand. So here the operand value is fetched into the accumulator, and accumulator stores the result back into it and gives the output to the user. And there are different types of opcodes, 8 different types of opcodes, and here when the value is 0 it performs AND operation. Here this opcode value which performs the operations I am explaining, and in the next video I would like to discuss about the common bus system. After discussing the common bus system, we will discuss about the memory reference and the register reference and input output reference. So here in this session we will discuss the opcode and which operations they specify. So when the operand value is 0, it specifies AND operation, and the 1 bit shows the add micro operation, and 2 shows the load, and 3 shows the store, and similarly branch unconditionality, branch and save, return address, and increment and skip if 0, and coming to the register and register, and here this is input output reference. Please erase it. It is input output reference. For register and input output reference, the opcode value will be 8, and in this session when the I bit value is 0, it specifies the register reference. When the I bit value is 1, it specifies the input output instructions. In the next sessions we will discuss it very clearly. Coming to the next one, which is computer registers. Computer consists of 8 different registers, which is program counter, address register, instruction register, temporary register, output register, input register, data register, accumulator, and the memory which stores the words or data, which is of size 4096 cross 16 bits of data can be stored in that memory. So coming to the program counter, it contains of the address of the next instruction to be executed from the memory after current instruction is executed. When the current instruction is executed, we have some instruction. Let's take addition operation. So here after the execution of addition operation, we have some subtraction operation. So this program counter contains the address of next instruction, that is some subtraction operation. So after the execution of addition operation, the program counter stores the address of the next instruction, that is the subtraction operation executed from the memory. So I think so you understood about program counter. Coming to the address register. The address register holds the address of the memory location. Here this address register holds the address which where the operand is present. That location is held by the address register. Coming to the instruction register, this instruction register holds the machine instruction code that is currently being executed. So this instruction register holds the instruction code that is either direct code or an indirect code that is currently being executed. So here we are executing addition operation, so that instruction register stores the instruction code of that currently executing operation, that is this addition operation should be either direct or indirect instruction code. Coming to the temporary register, this temporary register holds the temporary data call and return of subroutine. Subroutine means sequence of instructions in a package form. So when we perform an addition operation, the data has to be stored in some location. So that some location can be considered as a temporary register which holds the temporarily the data. We can transfer this temporary data to another register as well as, and it calls and call and return of subroutines. When we store some data as a package which is known as a subroutine, this subroutine data is transferred to the temporary register, and by using this temporary register we shift the data from one register to the other register where the data is necessary. Coming to the data register, here the data register holds the memory operand. The operand is the area where the entire micro operation is present. Okay, holds the memory operand. The data register holds the memory operand, and it also holds some data. And coming to the input register, holds the input character. The word itself shows that it holds some input, and the output register holds the output character. And coming to the accumulator, accumulates the data fetched from the memory. Here from this memory the data is accumulated in this fetched from the memory, and the data is shifted to the accumulator, and the result is also stored in this accumulator only. And coming to the memory, and memory unit consists of 4096 words, and each word is of 16 bits. So 4096 into 16 bits. I think so you understood about the introduction part and instruction codes and the computer registers. In the next session we will discuss about common bus system. I think so you understood very clearly. If you have any doubts, comment below and share to your friends. Thank you everyone.